Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
So again, that's what they look like once I've inserted the journal cards. And so now the fun part is to decorate. We can add some trim on it, or some more words, or some different collaging. If you have some of those Tim Holtz paper dolls, that would be really cute. You could put one of those down. And what I'm thinking is, I did have these cutouts from this sheet of paper from Seven Gypsies, and I cut out some of them that I thought would maybe work, like this Paris flea market is kind of cute. That would fit. Again, we're going to use these as belly bands, so when you glue them down to your journal page, you have them like this, and then you can still put something behind it, plus you have the extra little pocket. So that would work. And I was thinking with this vintage market one, we could cut it in half and then use half the words on two different spots. I had this Farm Fresh, which was kind of cute. This market one, which is also cute. I like this vintage one. And this one would be adorable too. It just says open with the door being on it. I had the Farmer's Market one. And this one says art room, so that'd be kind of cute too to put somewhere on that. But I really like this vintage market one for sure. And then I think I'm just going to use this one right here, this vintage one. So I'm going to stick with those. But I just wanted to show you that all these would work on there. They're really cute. And of course, if you don't have doors, you could rubber stamp a door. You could cut out a door from a magazine. You could also do something completely different and put like a flower or something different behind here. You don't have to do a door behind that window. And so for this one, I'm first going to start off, I think I'm going to glue it down onto here and do some layering pieces. I think I changed my mind. I'm going to just use one market on one and vintage on the other one. And I'm going to corner around the edges. So I have all sorts of little bits and bobs sitting here on my desk to play with. I have like a package of like lace trim with flowers on it. I have some eyelash trim. There's cheesecloth and tulle in that one. I have different laces sitting here on my desk. I have some paper flowers. I have some little ribbons. So I'm just going to lay out a couple things before I glue anything down and try and decide what would look best. So I've been playing around off camera with my laces and trims and bits and pieces, and this is kind of the layout that I'm going to go for each one of these, and so I thought I would assemble them on camera so that you guys could see what I'm doing. And so I'm going to set this one aside and go ahead and start on this one. So to start with, I do have, again, that vintage sign that we cut out, and then I'm going to glue some pink eyelash trim or yarn behind it. And I often find this type of trim at the thrift store, but you can buy eyelash yarn at Hobby Lobby. And I think sometimes they call it fun fur is the other name for it. And for this one, I'm just going to use tacky glue, and I just like to put glue around all the edges. And then I'll just lay out the yarn around it. You can just kind of ball it up and just glue it underneath too. But this is the way I like to do it. And then I try and, you can see all the little hairs going this way. And I try to make them go on the outside as best I can when I'm gluing it around. And I'm going to give that a second to dry. So while this one is drying, I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece of trim along the side. And I think I just got this one from a grab bag at the thrift store that had a whole bunch of different laces and trims in it. And I just like this one. It's kind of small. And then I'm also going to glue this one down on the bottom. So I think I'll start with the bottom one first, actually. And for that, I do like to use Fabri-Tac glue. The tacky glue works also, but I know this works well, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this one first. Then to make sure I don't get glue on the inside of the envelope or on my little journal card in there, I'm just going to stick in these. This is a craft mat, and I just cut it up into pieces. And so I'm just going to go like that so that if I get glue on anything, it's not going to seal it shut. Then I also had this remnant left over from a dangle piece from Angel Dream Crafts from when I was on the design team earlier this year. And so I am going to just put that up here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm going to glue it at an angle right up there. And then I'm going to glue these two pieces, just another remnant or snippet, and then same with this little flower piece too. This came off of a trim. And I'm going to put that on top right over there, I think. So for this one, again, I'm just going to go back to the tacky glue. Whenever I can get away with using tacky glue, I use tacky glue versus the Fabri-Tac, just because the tacky glue is cheaper than buying Fabri-Tac. And then for a while there, I had a hard time finding it at the store. So I try and use tacky glue when I can. Switch back to the Fabri-Tac. And And again, Fabri-Tac's really good for working on gluing like lace or fabric to paper. And so that's why I switched back over to the Fabri-Tac. I have gotten, though, tacky glue to work when I glue laces and trims. So if that's all you have, it will work. Or you can also, of course, use if you have some other brand. I think Eileen's has a fabric type glue also that you could use. Then I think this needs one more little thing, just because I'm kind of going for a shabby look with this. And I found these stickers in my stash, so I'm going to add 3 of those right here on the side. So here's the first one completed for decorating. And again, this would make a really cute belly band. And again, you would just want to glue it down at the bottom and the top on your journal page. And then you'd still have another spot to insert another larger journal card. Plus you have the pocket right here on the side also. So again, that's what the finished journal card looks like for this one. And you can journal all along the door. And then you have the whole back side to journal too. So there's a lot of real estate on this to journal on. So that one is decorated. And so I'm going to start decorating the second one. And I'm going to start pretty much the exact same way. I'm going to go ahead and put the eyelash trim on the back of the market sign. I think I have a smaller piece left over from the other one, so I'll use that one. I'm using another piece of this lace right here. And this lace came from a rummage sale that my mom went to. She found a rummage sale where the guy was selling big, huge boxes of lace. He had purchased like a storage locker or something, and all the lace came from that. So she picked me up some lace a while back from that rummage sale. And I'm just trying to see which side's the front side of this one. And I have a little bit more of that rosette trim. So I'm going to put that there. And then I had a couple other remnants when I was digging through my stuff. This one's left over from some sort of wedding applique or wedding type trim. And then this piece literally came off of another trim, and I snipped it off down here. I didn't want this part of it, not the gathered part. So, but I thought that was kind of shabby looking, so I kept it, or kept the whole piece. I have a huge piece of it, just because I like the look of it, so I kept it. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this down, put the market sign down. And then I'm going to put this little bit right here on the edge, right like that. So to make sure that this kind of stays where I want it, I'm just going to hold it in place and just glue part of it at a time. And I don't know if you guys can see or not, but I'm just trying to put glue just on the solid piece so it doesn't seep out. Just where the stitching is and it's solid, that's where I'm putting the glue. So I'll hold it up close so you guys can see. So when I was adding glue, I was adding it to this part right here underneath it. Just where it was more solid. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a couple little flowers up here in the corner. And these are just some little paper flowers that I picked up at a rummage sale or the thrift store a while ago. And I want a pink one and I want a little white one. And since I still had these stickers sitting out, I'm going to just put one right here in the corner. I'm just trying to use up lots of my miscellaneous supplies, and that's kind of where these stickers came from. I think I originally bought them at a store. It's in Waite Park, Minnesota, or by St. Cloud, Minnesota, called Crafts Direct. And they have all sorts of flat back pearl stuff there, and that's where I bought this from. I again wanted to thank everybody so much for watching today. Again, here are our completed belly band with pocket inserts. And again, we use window envelopes to complete these. I really love how they turned out. And hopefully you guys will join me again next time. I am hoping to do kind of a little series on using these particular window envelopes. I have maybe 5 or 6 more ideas on how to use them up, just because again I got a ton of them. So hopefully you guys will join me again. And of course I love reading your comments, so don't forget to comment below. Until next time, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.